Good evening, everybody. This is Tom again. I'm just laying in bed here, just kind of scrolling around the room, checking out the camera. Not much to see. Got my big screen monitor, got my printer in my desk area, a couple speakers. Pretty standard, boring room. Over here I got my backup station, which whoever wants to take Copilot, there it is. The dual monitor computer ready to go, like a real command center. Got me a Total Gym. I get on there once in a while to stretch out. Old Total Gym I've had. Somebody gave it to me a long time ago. I wanted to talk about the idea of satanic worship. All right, obviously I have been saying some real dark satanic-based stuff, and it has been presented to me. I mean, I listened to people through their thoughts that I worship Satan, or that I am a devil worshiper. And it's hard to explain. It's like the devil is not a real thing per se. It's a character. It's a description of a subconscious pain or a deception. I don't worship the devil. The devil, or whatever other names have been presented, is a expression of me. I don't worship the devil. The devil works for me, per se. It's a cartoon character. I mean, you see me in today wearing, I try to gear it more toward like a Star Wars thing. Obviously, I am not Darth Vader. I just simply took a name, made it up, put some horns on it, took a cape, an old coat my sister had, and cut the sleeves off. I wear it. It's cheap. It's just a prop. Depends on how much time I want to put into it. But no, I do not worship the devil. I don't worship anything. What I do is use it to express myself. In actuality, I've decided in my life that worship is a form of deception. You don't worship stuff. You can learn from things. The only idea of worship comes from the Bible, which my only conclusion is that in its whole, it's a deception. Now, there's some good things going on in there. There's some good information to hear. At one point in time, I believed it all. I just dove into it. And I mean, if you really want to get down to it, people, current day believers, I mean, I was into it as a teenager and a young adult, and even into my late 20s, early 30s, was really into it. I believed like it was, but something happened, and it was called, I started reading. There's more to it than that, but I started just thinking about what was being said, and I just dug into it, and then eventually something happened where that pattern emerged, and it just taught me, they told me things about myself that I was shocked to hear. Then I quickly realized it doesn't matter. It's a con. It's a hack story. It's there to control you. It's to desensitize you. It's like it gives you a taste, but it doesn't give you the full picture. And that's the deception. I mean, that's how you deceive people. They don't have to be way off the mark. They just have to be pushed either way. And if you really think about it, it makes sense. There's a lot of other writings and things that are out there that Bible believers just disregard. And one of my biggest examples is the Gospel of Thomas. The pastor at the church says, this is wrong. This is an evil book. And I think to myself, this book, he didn't say, this book is a collection of writings like interviews that Jesus had with people of the time. I'm thinking to myself, if we believe in Jesus, then wouldn't this be very important or very useful? And it was not part of the Bible. Like, well, that doesn't matter. The Bible is just a book. It's like it's an abridged version of what's happened in the past. And just to be so arrogant as to say, I'm not going to listen to anything else. It just doesn't fit anymore. I'm too intelligent. I just can't buy what they're saying. I often wonder if Jesus was even a real person or not. And to be honest with you, I don't really care. I do know that forgiving people is very important. So even if it is a con, it's an effective one or a necessary thing. I mean, we go around, if we didn't forgive each other, especially in this horrible world, we'd have ripped ourselves apart a while ago. So I'm not opposed to believers. I make silly pictures and talk about, this and that at the church, but I don't believe. I believe it's wrong. I believe they're deceiving them, but the answers are, there are no true answers. Everything is a cause and effect. We have to evaluate constantly. We have to read things. You can't just listen. You can't just hear a few Bible stories and expect to. You miss out. You'll miss out on the important stuff. You got to dig deep. You got to look at other religions. You got to look at ideas, and in the end, you realize that they're just written by man to pit us against each other, to have this, Muslim versus Christian, Christian versus Jew. They're just fighting each other over nothing. It's just like it's just they take old legends, they go back to the ancient Sumerians, and they take that information and they rewrite it for their gain. And so it's obvious there's huge motive. And if you really dig down and you really get rid of the emotion, you just look at it, there's motive to alter or to affect the way you think. So the answer is no, I do not worship anything. The character of the devil is a cartoon character that I play. I also, in a sort of a silly manner, I say I'm God. This is not something that's easily described. God is a network of people. We are a network. We are a continuation of source, or just a big database. Right now, I'm here. I am important. I am a figure in the universe that is, I am one of the tops. I don't have all the full picture. I have enough for now. I know what's going on. And I'm just going to say straight up, I'm not trying to be arrogant. I am genius. I know things. I see things. I understand things. It's not like I just was genius one day. I've been through a lot. I was in a submarine fleet, which was extensive training on that submarine of all sorts of mechanics, and you're taking a whole environment and going underwater. It's like a whole planet. Just the idea of it. You have to use the oxygen and the fuel, and you just have to understand things. And I quite frankly, I'll be humble when it's time to be humble. But right now, this isn't a time for me to be humble. This is a time for me to be bold, because nobody is going to tell you for me. It's pretty obvious over the last couple of years. I've been put in a position, and I'm still not exactly clear of everything that you've been told about me, but I do know this. I've been ripped off of basic rights. And I'm not even talking about the Constitution. They're claiming national defense or national security, which is a broad thing, can mean anything. So I'm talking. Oh, I lost my train of thought there. I'm talking about just the idea that I have been robbed of my ability to face my accuser. You're not even allowed to tell me of the things that they say that I have done. This is the most absurd time I have ever heard in my life. Now, I'm not exactly clear as to why they went that far. Obviously my influence at the top is already there. This is a transition period, sort of a proving ground time. This 7-year period that is a biblical-based thing. I talk about not believing in the Bible, but I do. It's a script, at least parts of it. It's a deception. It's all in one. It's a novel. It has good information in it. But the 7-year period, which I think, I'm not exactly sure, started in 2009. It may have actually been in 2008, but I'm not clear. And so that's that period of 2009, beginning of 2009 to the beginning of 2016, of this period of me alone, with no help from my staff. The people that formed me are the ones that are updating me now. And the way they update me is difficult to explain. It is my life, and the information is being acted out on TV. And you've seen that in my videos. For me to be able to extend those videos for so long and maintain an idea and have instances of people I know, just lookalikes actors that they've picked in there that resemble some of the people that see this. Just the people on my Facebook page, just by being on my Facebook page, you might see an instance of yourself in your daily life. And it's not just Facebook, it's everywhere. When you're watching TV, if you're hearing this video, you were so privileged to be part of this, because this is a sort of a hub point in existence. And I'm learning more. I have to think about a lot of stuff to explain it. It is a amazing time. I'm not insane. I'm not just arbitrarily making stuff up. Sometimes I do have to fill in pieces with information that I make up, but it's usually insignificant facts. The general idea of what I'm telling you is what's happening. I am going to be a sort of leader. I mean, a CEO to the CEOs. They have often referred to me as a God King. That sounds crazy, delusional to you, but that's what they're telling me. And they didn't just tell me one day. They were telling me, and I took me a long time to believe it. Part of me not believing it is the peer pressure of all you guys. It's too big for you to understand, and it's difficult for me to understand too. And I'm at a higher level of vibration. I see things better. I have better. I do suffer, but I also heal better. I'm stronger. I'm faster at times. But I am just like everybody else. But I do heal a little quicker. I'm definitely smarter. No, I'm not the smartest person in the world. I mean, I'm not a physicist. I'm not a doctor. But I'm genius. I'm just going to say it. I'm genius. That if you come up to me and you want to talk about something, I can pretty much at least hold a conversation about any topic. They say dazzle them with bullshit or impress them with knowledge. I'm at least 80% impressed with knowledge, and then I can jokingly dazzle about 20% bullshit. When it comes time for me to lead, and I will lead, I'm very confident. I have no qualms about, standing up for myself and the people that I care for. That's everybody. My role will be a protector, a overseer. We're going to be doing a lot of trial and error stuff. I have a general idea of what I want to do with our global economy. I understand a lot of the bullshit they put at us, the honeypot conspiracy theory stuff. I get it. They make up a conspiracy, put it out there. A bunch of people attach themselves to that idea. Then they go all in on it, and then they debunk it. They've already got the debunk prepared ahead of time. And I can show you some examples of that. One perfect example is this scare they use. They say, well, a new world order is coming, and that's going to be bad. No, that's the money people don't want a one world government like that, because then there is, like if you were to combine all the currencies into one, then they can't exploit them over country to country. They can take money from one country, take it to another, and you don't understand the exchange rate. They're able to manipulate us better and make money and control us. So a one world currency would be a very good thing. But the reality is that money in any form is bad. All right, I'll talk to you later.